One of the weirdest things about English grammar that no one really talks about is sentences like, oh, got your nose. Oh, 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 oh! Bet you weren't expecting that. Yeah, so these sentences shouldn't really work, right? Theoretically, you would say, I got your nose, and I bet you weren't expecting that, but for whatever reason, there's no pronoun here. Now, that might not sound like a big deal. I mean, plenty of languages drop pronouns all the time, right? If you speak Spanish, for example, you know just how little of a deal it is. In Spanish, you don't need to say, yo tengo tu nariz. You can just say, tengo tu nariz. Perfectly fine. Because all the information about who has your nose is already in the word tengo. It means I have, not just have. And plenty of other languages drop pronouns very easily too. We might even call them pro-drop languages. But English is not a pro-drop language. Now to that you might say, but Griffin, do my eyes deceive me, or was there not a pronoun dropped in our presence mere seconds before? To which I would say, is there a reason you're talking like that? But to that point, I would say, in the vast majority of English sentences, you can't just drop pronouns wherever you want. Like if I said to you, hey, think I'm going to the beach later, that sounds fine, right? But if I said, think am going to the beach later, to most English speakers it sounds like something is missing. Which is strange because there's no other pronoun that could go before am, so theoretically this should be completely unambiguous. But English isn't a pro-drop language. Clearly though, we are allowed to do it sometimes, so the question becomes, when are you allowed to drop the pronoun in English? And that is actually a really difficult question to answer. One pattern that we've already seen is that this usually happens at the beginning of sentences, and as such, this phenomenon is often called left edge deletion. But the particulars of when you're allowed to do it, and even more complicatedly, what vibe it gives to a sentence once you do it, well, that varies considerably between different varieties of English and even different speakers. It's often associated with informal written English specifically, like Dear Diary, went to the store today, that sort of thing. But again, the specifics of it depend on who you ask. For the time being, hope you found this introduction interesting. Let me know if there's anything else you want to talk about, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Sincerely, Griffin.